Hey everybody, it's Ron from Pick Dawgz, and this is Ron's Bank Shop Breakdown. We're going to go over 5 college basketball games for Saturday, January 6, 2024. Now, if you like what you see, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to put your college basketball picks in the comments section below. And if you're looking for my best bets, including my Bank Shop best bet in college hoops, you can find those at the premium picks tab at pickdawgz.com. There's also a link in the description. Alrighty, let's get into it. Here are the games for Saturday, a loaded card in college basketball. First up, we see Kentucky and Florida. Always a really fun season series to watch in the SEC. Big rivalry. This one's going to be 12:30 Eastern on ESPN. I think Kentucky's in trouble in this spot. This is not an easy matchup at all. Going into a really tough environment. You're a young team in Kentucky, a lot of talent, but a lot of younger, underclassmen in the starting lineup and in the team in general. And you haven't really been tested too much on the road this season. You played a semi-road game against Penn, true road game against Louisville, but a good amount of Kentucky fans made the trip for that one, and I thought Louisville would compete more in that game, but Kentucky, give them credit, they played well in that one. They were able to cover the number, but this is a different story against a conference rival. Should be a packed crowd for Florida and a team that's feeling good. A 6-game win streak, playing good basketball, probably the best of the season. They're battle tested. They played a tough non-conference schedule against Baylor, Virginia. They played Wake Forest. They played Pittsburgh. They of course played their rivals in Florida State. And Florida, I think, is an underrated team right now, really on both ends of the court. Fundamentally strong team, good rebounding team. They get to the free throw line, but defensively, especially, I think they forced a lot of tough shots. I think it's going to be an issue for Kentucky offensively. I think the Gators take this one. Give me Florida on the money line at home. Next up, we see Kent State and Eastern Michigan. This one's going to be a 3:30 Eastern start time on ESPN+. We were on Kent State against Ball State on Tuesday for our Bank Shop best bet. I'm back on Kent State in this game. I think there's still value with the Golden Flashes, one of the better teams in the MAC this year, and a team that scores a lot of sustainable buckets. I like to see that offensively. They didn't really rely on the three-point shot in that win against Ball State, even though this is actually a pretty good three-point shooting team, top 100 in the country. They have a few guys like Solinger, over 40% from three this season, but they were scoring down low. Chris Payton was amazing in the paint in that game. He got to the free throw line. He was scoring those and-one buckets, and I think Kent State against Eastern Michigan, a team that's ranked 332nd in two-point field goal defense, I think Eastern Michigan's in trouble here. Kent State should be able to score at will, and the Kent State defense looked really strong in that game against Ball State, forcing a ton of tough shots. Eastern Michigan lost in overtime to Bowling Green. I don't love that Bowling Green team this season, so to me, that's not a great loss, even though they were the underdogs in that game. I don't love this Eastern Michigan defense. Give me Kent State. I'm going to lay the points on the road. I think the Golden Flashes win this one in blowout fashion. Next up, we go back to the SEC as Ole Miss takes on Tennessee. This one's going to be a 6 o'clock Eastern start time on the SEC network. There's a really good spot to fade Ole Miss, in my opinion. This is a team that's on a 13-game win streak to start the year. They're 13-0 this season, but still, they're only ranked 22nd in the AP polls because they played a very weak schedule, 275th in non-conference strength of schedule. They played mostly home games, a few true road games, but really the most impressive win was against UCF, and that was a 2-point victory. And, it's a solid UCF team, but nothing like Tennessee, in my opinion. This is a really tough team to play, but a really tough place to play. Tennessee usually plays very well at home year after year. Not necessarily the best away from home or at neutral sites, but at home, the Vols are really tough to beat. They're a very strong defensive team, second in the country in adjusted defensive efficiency. You could argue they're playing their best ball of the season. They're on a 6-game win streak. That includes a 7-point win against Illinois. They beat NC State at neutral site by 9 points along the way in this win streak. And I just think Tennessee, the much better team. They match up really well here. I don't think the Ole Miss offense does enough in this game. This is the toughest matchup by far this season that Ole Miss has had. Give me Tennessee. I'm going to lay the big number. Next up, we see Iowa State taking on Oklahoma. This one's going to be a 6 p.m. Eastern start time. It's going to be on ESPN+. Now, this is one of those games where it shows why I don't really put too much in the AP polls, especially this early in the season, because to me, Iowa State's the better team here, but they're the unranked team, and Oklahoma's ranked 11th in the AP polls. Obviously, Oklahoma has the better resume and the better record at 12-1 compared to 11-2 for Iowa State, but the Cyclones, this is a really good team, a team I think is going to do a lot of damage in the Big 12 this season, and I like them to win this game. I'm going to take them on the money line. Iowa State, one of the best defensive teams in college basketball to begin with, third in the country in adjusted defensive efficiency. They force a ton of tough shots, they force a lot of turnovers, and they're responsible on the defensive glass, but now the offense is starting to pick it up. Last year, the thing that held back the Cyclones was the offense. It was ranked 114th in efficiency. They weren't a very good shooting team. They turned the ball over a ton. They didn't get to the free throw line. But now this offense is improving and improving game after game. On the 6-game win streak, Iowa State scored 99, 90, 107, 96, 80, and 85. A lot of that's because its defense has forced a lot of, turnovers and fast break buckets, but they're just shooting the ball better in general. 20th in the country in effective field goal percentage, 26th in three-point percentage. They have a star in Lipsy in the backcourt that can take over a game himself. He's shooting 43% from three this year. I really like this Iowa State team, and because they're unranked and flying under the radar, we're getting really good prices with them in games like this. So give me Iowa State, give me them on the money line. And the final game we're going to talk about for Saturday's loaded card in college basketball, it's going to be the Texas Tech and Texas matchup in the Big 12. This one, 8 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be on ESPN2. Obviously, big rivalry game. Should be a great game. And Texas Tech's not always a team or a program that I'm looking to back on the road too often because we know they have a great home court advantage and in football home field advantage in Lubbock. But on the road, not necessarily the best team in recent years. But this is one of those spots where, Texas Tech, similar to Iowa State, a team and a program that we knew the defense was there. The question marks were always on offense. At the beginning of the season, we saw this team struggle offensively. They only put up 56 points against San Jose State, only 73 against Texas A&M Corpus Christi. But now, recently, they're doing it on both ends of the court, scoring a lot of points. They scored 75-plus points along the way of their 6-game win streak, and they've just looked really strong on both ends of the court. Texas is a team that I think was a little bit overrated going into the season. I still think they're overrated now. They have not played a very tough schedule, 3-17. So, neither of these teams really are battle-tested. But I do think Texas Tech has played the tougher schedule. And I think this is one of those spots where the Red Raiders have a really good shot to win it outright. I think they're a live dog, but I'll take the points just in case. Give me Texas Tech. I'm going to take them on the plus the points. And that's it. Those are the games for Saturday in college hoops. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. And don't forget to put your college basketball picks in the comments section below. Again, if you're looking for my best bets, you can find those at Pickdawgz Premium, and there is a link in the description. As always, this is Romanelli. Good luck.